Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Kid here. Sorry if you can't hear me very well. I'm using the camera. I never use the camera, and I don't really have a good mic for it, so you're going to have to deal with this kind of shitty quality, and I'm sorry for any surrounding noise. My house likes to make weird noises. What can I say? Usually it's a ice machine, but hey, what can you do? So today, we're doing an unboxing. I told you guys that I was going to get a package in the mail very soon. It actually came a day earlier, like, not yesterday to me, but probably a while back for you guys, and, I missed it because I was at work, and I was staying overtime, so, really couldn't, get there in time, and I didn't know I missed it, and so I got the slip. So, yeah. Found that out after a while. So the next business day, which was Wednesday, shipped it out to me. I was there, I signed it, all that fancy dancy shit. And now it's time to do the unboxing for you guys. This is gonna be fucking awesome because what it is gonna get all this foam shit out. Trying to assume the position. This is the GTX 980 by Zotac Amp Extreme Edition. This card is a motherfucking beast. I've been saving up for this for a few weeks now. So excited that I finally got it. The only reason I upgraded my card was because I wanted better performance in new games and games coming out sooner or later. Yeah, it's probably a little overkill with the 6 gigabytes of RAM. That was loud. 6 gigabytes of RAM buffer, but in the future, games are gonna always be changing, and I'm just kind of thinking future-wise. And really, this thing you can't go wrong with a 980 Ti. To be honest, I'm not sure how well it's gonna stack up with my FX 8350, but we're gonna see. I looked on some forums, they said there was no problem with it, so that is good. So excited for this thing. This thing is fucking huge. If you didn't know, this is just the air-cooled edition. There is also an air-cooled with 2 parts on the top for water cooling in the future for your custom loop, if you would like to water cool your card. This one is not it. This is just the air-cooled version, because I know I'm not going to water cool my graphics card because I don't even have a custom loop on my CPU, so fuck that. But, alright. Let's open up the box here. We got a Zotac pamphlet thing. This is probably going to have our manual here with our extended warranty and our driver's guide. Personally, I don't think I'm even... Actually, no, I'm probably going to install this because it comes with overclocking software and all that stuff. So, whatever. Honestly, you probably don't have to. You could probably just go on the website and find the downloads, but some foam, who cares? You have a DVI and VGA connector, or a DVI to VGA connector. You're not going to need this, especially if you bought a 980 Ti and you expect to use that. I don't even know what to say to you, considering this is like 4K quality type card. Even it's ridiculous for me to buy this. But we also have here 2 6-pin to an 8-pin adapter, if you need that, and another one. So what I would suggest is not using these. I would suggest if your power supply doesn't supply the certain pins for this card, I would not suggest buying the card, because it's really not you can use adapters, but it's a smarter idea to actually have the cables directly from your power supply. And man, this thing is a fucking beast right now in my hand. I'm gonna move this somewhere where it's not in the way. Here we go. Alright, let's unwrap this fucking monster. Jesus Christ almighty. Holy shit, this thing is... Jesus fucking Christ. Honestly, I don't... Like... This thing is just huge. Oh my goodness. Like in the video it may not seem huge, but man, just holding it is fucking huge. Oh my god, because it's a 3-slot card. It's actually only 2 slots with the I/O panel, but it's an extra 3 with this cooler. The cooler is massive with this thing. Alright, so we have a little sticker here, if you didn't see it already. It says Freeze Tech Integrated Performance Silence and Effectancy into cooling. Remove before first use. Fans will stop spinning in low loads. Alright, we kind of know that. This thing is supposed to be really, really silent and nice. The fans are really cool looking, I do have to admit. Very nice fans. You have a matte finish on the outsides here of the card, and close to the fans here is actually a carbon fiber finish. I almost dropped the fucking card. That would have been great. A carbon fiber finish, which actually looks really, really nice. And if you guys can't see already, these white pieces in the corners here actually do light up. They are LEDs. Alright, and on the top we have the Zotac logo, which also lights up with the back plate attached to it. 2 SLI fingers with a orange covers over here, and our metal back plate, which feels absolutely solid, and it says Push the Limit Zotac Power Boost. This thing is just such a fucking monster. Oh my god. There's many, many heat pipes. From what I can see, there's like 4 in the front. There's probably 4 on top as well. There's a shit ton of heat pipes in here. And yeah, that's really it for the card. The you know, it's 16x on the bottom here for a connection. We have your DVI or DVD port. We have a HDMI, probably 2.0 I'm gonna guess, and the rest are just display ports. So, oh yeah, and there's 2 8-pin connectors on the top here, so you're definitely gonna want a beefy power supply for this fucking thing. Oh my goodness, this card is just, this is probably one of the biggest cards I've ever seen. Like, I know I looked on the forums and everything and I heard how big it is, but just having it in your hands and just looking at it and just having it with you is just a whole different fucking deal. This thing is humongous compared to my other card. It is ridiculous. So I'm going to try to figure out how to install this thing into my fucking case somehow. And after that, I'm going to be back with some benchmarks. What they said is there might actually be some sag with this card, so what I'm going to do is probably just throw some zip ties through the fins of this back plate here and probably zip tie it to either the roof of my case or something like that, because I definitely know this thing's going to sag even with the back plate, because this is just fucking huge and it's really definitely heavy. So I definitely don't want that PCI lane snapping or breaking or anything. So I'm going to go install this in my case right now. I'm really fucking excited for it. And I'm going to come back with you guys with some gameplay of some few games like Grand Theft Auto, Battlefield 4, and all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing. Let's get to the benchmarks and see how this thing stacks up. Alright guys, so here's the gameplay for you. This is some Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PC. This is going to be the first gameplay I have up for you. This is at max settings, as you saw before. I don't have any advanced graphics turned on, if you're wondering. I don't even bother touching those because those really lag out the game. But honestly, this card is fairly good at running this at 1080p max settings. It's not the best, it's not something I would run it at, personally, because there are a few settings such as reflection quality, MSA, I think, MSAA. I wouldn't recommend having that all the way up to 8 or whatever it is, because personally, I don't really find a use for that. I'm not always in first person mode trying to look in the rear view mirrors or side mirrors on the car, or if I'm looking in a mirror regularly in the game, I don't have to see crystal clearness. I really don't care about the reflection quality. And you know, maybe something like post FX you might want to turn down. I mean, there's a few other settings. Maybe grass quality really impacts your GPU performance, so you might want to think about turning that down. So personally, I wouldn't recommend running it at this. If you really want to and you really want the best graphics ever, yeah, you can run it at it. Just know that you're definitely going to be dropping into the low 40s, maybe even high or mid 30s if you're unlucky. It really depends. Like I said, that's why I turned grass down, because grass really helps deplete your GPU, and it's just ridiculous. But I would definitely suggest going with your own settings, depending on how you like them. Now, Battlefield 4, on the other hand, I can run at much higher settings, the ultra settings, and a resolution scale of 150%, even with a higher field of view. So, obviously, Battlefield 4 does not affect this GPU very much, considering we're getting an average of 70 frames, sometimes 60 frames, or higher, and honestly, it's ridiculous the amount of performance we get out of this GPU with this game. You get so much FPS, and you never lag, and this is even on a Conquest 64-person server. Obviously, there's not a full 64 people on here, but that is quite the feat by this GPU. As you know, it's a little harder to run this game with a full 64-person lobby. If you've had trouble running that before, you will have no trouble with this GPU. This GPU will absolutely tear shit up with this 64-person Conquest lobby. You know, it's got the bigger maps and everything. I just decided to do a little test bench on Conquest with 64 people because that's probably the highest your game is going to go with people and graphic intensity with this game. So now you're assured. Ultra settings, 150% resolution scale on Battlefield 4 on Conquest with 64 people. It's freaking ridiculous how you can run this and everything. It looks great and it plays amazing, which is best of both worlds. I'm a 60 frames per second freak. I only like to play at 60 frames per second, but I really hate to decrease my quality, you know what I mean? So I like the best of both worlds, and this game and this GPU working together is absolutely making this coming together and happening for me, which makes me a very happy camper. I don't know about you, but this is definitely a big thumbs up and a big go from me. If you guys want some pricing on this GPU, definitely go check it out on Amazon.com, Newegg. You could probably even go on the NVIDIA website. They're probably selling it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, favorite, subscribe, and if you want another type of video like this, I can always do that with my 970 and my old Radeon card, if you would like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.
That's such a breaking point!